Welcome to my book review of Bruce Lipton's The Honeymoon Effect. So lately I've been doing a lot of research and reading of books relating to relationships. So I'm almost 3 years in a relationship and some shit has come up for me to resolve and deal with. So I've been looking at ways to do that, looking at what's going on, having reactions and thinking, why am I reacting? Why is this all shifting? Why is this changing? Is it just the end of the honeymoon period? So of course I started with the honeymoon effect. Now, Bruce Lipton, he also wrote The Biology of Belief, which is very much in line with a lot of what I do, that everything that happens to our lives is driven by our beliefs. So, he talks about, he talks about our drive to bond. So he says, even if you're not consciously thinking about it, our biology is actually pushing us to bond. Our biology is driving us towards creating relationships, creating connections. He also talks about, in regards to belief, things like, I always find a guy who's afraid of commitment, or I always find a woman who dumps me. So, we create our lives with our beliefs and we broadcast those beliefs out into the environment, and then that matches us. So if we say, I always meet the guy who doesn't commit, then we're always going to meet the guy who doesn't commit. If we say, I'm never going to have a loving relationship, then we're programming our minds. So he's very big on programming our minds, and that's what I'm really big on, finding the programs in your mind and deleting them or upgrading them. So the chapter that I got the most from was Four Minds Don't Think Alike. This kind of blew my mind because this is exactly what I was experiencing in my relationship. So it says, and I quote, however, over time, you're conscious, so you're in this amazing relationship, things are going really wonderful, and you think, wow, this is it, this is the one, all of these magical things are happening. And then your conscious mind becomes burdened with thoughts dealing with the busyness of everyday life, balancing your budget, scheduling your chores, planning your weekend. And so your conscious mind shifts away from the magic of the relationship and it moves towards the day-to-day bits of life. And what takes over? Your subconscious. And where do you get your subconscious programming from? Your childhood, observing your family relationships, observing your parents' relationships, observing other relationships around you between the ages of 0 and 7. If you didn't have good relationship role models, then you're not going to have some good relationship programs. If you had some bad experiences for your first relationships, being cheated on, then I'm always going to find a guy who cheats on me, or men never want me for anything other than sex, or women just want me for my money. Whatever those beliefs are, they start to come up and out in the relationship when you're consciously busy. So I've been extremely busy building my business. My partner's been extremely busy with things going on in his life. And then what has happened is our conscious minds have drifted away from the relationship. Some of the subconscious programming has come up. So I'm looking at my own subconscious programming. I have my own RTT sessions. I read books. I research. I find ways to work through these things. So four minds don't think alike. So consciously, I want to be in this loving relationship. Subconsciously, my programming, it's easier and safer to be alone. There was a lot of hurt in my past, and so my mind always would, in the past, would go to, it's easier and safer to be alone. So I was single for 11 years. I ended relationships because the program was, it's easier and safer to be alone. Now I'm overriding that program now in my relationship. I want to be in my relationship. I love my partner. I want to have the most amazing relationship. I want to have the honeymoon effect as much as I can and be in that place of love and commitment. So how do you program your subconscious mind? Well, one of the things he says is hypnosis, which I love. He says hypnosis or subliminal tapes. And so the best time to listen to these, he says, is first thing in the morning and last thing at night, because that's when you're in the brainwave of being most receptive to reprogramming your subconscious mind. But one of the things that he says, which I constantly get asked by clients, is when clients say to me, oh, I fall asleep to your recordings all the time. Well, he says this, the first time I put on headphones and activated the tape, as I was going to sleep, my conscious mind stayed alert the whole time and heard the tape's programming message repeated a number of times. By the third time I used the tape, I never even made it through the relaxation exercises before I fell asleep. it got to the point that as soon as I put the earphones on, I instantly relaxed. Now, this is me now. I can't listen to a hypnotic recording. Boom, I'm asleep. So the neat thing is that tape was continuously downloading positive thoughts while I was drifting into the low frequency brain waves, similar to that when you're a child, which is when we got programmed. It was effortless. I just had to put on the earphones and I'd fall asleep. And so we get the programming even when we're asleep. So my review of this book is 8 or 9 out of 10. The hard thing was it was very scientific. He's a scientist, he's a quantum physicist, and so it was way above my understanding for some of the chapters, but an 8 out of 10 for the stuff that helped me in my relationship, the connection I had with the four minds don't think alike, the understanding that I myself need to continue working on my subconscious programming. I listen to hypnotic recordings to rewire my brain. It ties in with what I already believe and just embedded some things. So check it out, have a read. It's a great book. If you don't understand all the science, don't worry. Take what you like and leave the rest. That's what I've done, and I really, really recommend it.